one of the biggest concerns the public has is, the fact that this drone has got a camera on it and it's flying over my house. Whether the camera is actually looking straight down to see who's swimming in the pool is, neither there nor here. I mean, we had a major issue now in South Africa during the Christmas holidays. In Cape Town, they were using drones to combat drunken disorderliness, things like that on the beaches. And people were immediately assumed that these drones were flying around to look at all the ladies suntan. So, these things create problems. So, one of the things we're going to have to look at is how we actually operate these drones. Will the flight corridors follow existing right-of-ways like roads, and avoid flying over buildings, to avoid that. So they would only actually approach a building to land on the roof or whatever else to do the drop and then go back into the flight lane. So there's a lot still to do.
I think it's even more than that, Gary, because this is something that I have been really thinking about, and I've written a number of things about it as well. Is I don't think just right of way and corridors and flight planes is enough, to be honest, because we are looking towards where technology is going to evolve and hopefully will proliferate, so we have a better quality of life. And to be able to do that, we have to be more dynamic, more agile. You can't have, we have to get out of the mentality of two-dimensional thing that we are used to, like roads in the sky and all that sort of stuff. What next? You're going to have roundabouts in the sky, traffic lights in the sky. That doesn't really work, especially when it comes to the urban environment. And I think it's really time to consider the fluid that we have, which is our, I like to call it very low level airspace. And I think it comes to a point where you cannot have that unregulated airspace anymore. You have to regulate the entire airspace, starting from the top of your building, top of your roof, all the way up to everything. And everything have to be somehow managed in a way that it becomes safe. Otherwise, you will always have drones, crashing into the planes that are trying to put out fires in Los Angeles. Saw the plane go out of service while the fires are going on. So I think some research needs to be done. I think there is more flexibility required in that. But having said that, also I think education is needed. A lot of that is because of the education, like what happened in USA, in New Jersey and New York, where people saw some of these drones they were just testing, and everyone started panicking. Oh, UFOs. Oh, what's happening? Oh, blah, blah, blah. And, it's just because people don't know. They are not educated. And this is why we started this channel. I mean, we want to educate people, but I think the message to educate people need to go out as well, that, we do a responsible job in educating people and not making it, like the news does, right?
We saw what happened with Gatwick. I mean, that was blown completely out of proportion. Exactly. Nobody has yet identified that it was actually a drone. It could have been anything from a weather balloon to a kid's party balloon, or these Chinese lanterns with LED lights nowadays. These things, and the press just blew it completely out of proportion.